the band Green Day wrote a movie, and I was kind of 50-50 on whether this would be dumb or dumb fun. And turns out it was pretty fun. I really enjoyed this movie far more than I thought. It's called Nimrods. Stars Mason Thames as the main guy of this trio who have a high school band. A kind of dynamic similar to Superbad, but quite different in how these characters are out there. They have a band. They see Green Day. They give them a demo tape and left their number, and then they get pranked to say, "Hey, open up for us in LA." So these guys from Kansas City are now trying to make a road trip, and they're like 17. They're trying to make a road trip to LA to open to Green Day, who they believe heard their demo tape. And it's all a prank. And the road trip there is a wild time. Now, we've seen road trip movies before, and we've seen high school, adventure movies before. It had some problems. I'm not going to say that this was a perfect movie. It had some problems in that some of these side tangent, adventures they go on were pretty random and didn't really add anything to the story. But that's also the fun of an adventure movie with a road trip like this. There was a scene with Fred Armisen at a hotel. It was so funny, and Fred Armisen was so great. It meant nothing other than it was just another random event that these guys had to go on. There is a pretty weak, pretty convenient, shoehorned in romance plot line with McKenna Grace, who, for the third time in a year, plays Mason Thames' love interest. They have good chemistry, but it did. That was probably like the weakest part. There's also not a ton of character development in terms of the relationships with his family or what their dreams are, what their goals are. But it was still just a fun adventure. It never crossed into stupid. It was just kind of, a bunch of random fun stuff. It was very charming. I loved watching these guys on this road trip, and their camaraderie and their interactions. And the music was great. Obviously, it was Green Day. So if you saw Nimrods, let me know your thoughts. If you haven't, give this movie a chance. Comment and like so you can see more of my reviews.